Hello and welcome to All Important Words, the podcast that helps learners of English master the academic word list. This is Bek
and Jim, and we've got another useful and interesting academic word to share with you today. What's our word for today, Beck?
Today's word is area. Area. That is A-R-E-A. It's a noun in the academic word list, and in British English, it's pronounced as area. How about in North American English, Jim?
In North American English, it's pronounced area, and area has a number of meanings. Which meaning are we going to discuss in today's show, Beck?
Well, we cover words from the academic word list, and our purpose is to help learners of English to master their academic meanings and use these words effectively in their academic speaking and writing. That's why we need to explain the academic meanings of the words we introduce in each episode. So let me give you 3 sentences. In all these sentences, the word area has been used. Please choose the sentences where area is used in its academic sense. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Go ahead.
Okay, here they are. Number 1. My family has lived in this area of England for years. Number 2. His particular area of expertise is engineering. Number 3. The course covers 3 main subject areas.
I would choose sentences 2 and 3.
Can I ask why?
Well, in sentence 2, you said something like area of expertise, and in sentence 3, you used the phrase subject areas, which gives me the impression that the word area in these sentences means something academic.
Well said, Jim. Yes, you are absolutely right. So even though the word area means a part of a city, town, country, etc., in the example sentence, my family has lived in this area of England for years, in today's show we will cover its academic meaning. In academic English, area means a particular subject or a type of activity.
And here are some examples for this academic meaning of area. Number 1, finance is Mark's area.
In other words, Mark has substantial knowledge about finance, right?
Right. And here is the next sentence. Number 2, software is not really my area of expertise. In other words, I don't develop any software.
I thought you were good at technology. You have your beautiful website and you can do some really cool stuff with technology.
Thanks for the compliment, Beck. I certainly like technology, but I don't really develop my own software, at least for now.
Does this mean then that developing software falls outside your area of expertise?
Yes, you could definitely say that. I don't develop software, and it's not my area of expertise.
Thanks for the clarification, Jim. So, podcast listeners, let's get back to Jim's initial example. Software is not really my area of expertise. Jim, you said area of expertise. What are some other words used with the word area with a similar meaning?
Well, here are some collocations. You can say area of expertise, area of interest, area of research, area of specialization, and area of work.
Thanks, Jim. It's important to point out that in the above-mentioned combinations, the word area has been used primarily to mean a particular subject or a field of study. Could you give us an example for one of the combinations?
Sure, here it is. Number 3, his area of specialization was the Victorian period.
Jim, in this example, I noticed that you used the preposition of after the word area. Is the preposition of really necessary?
Good question, Beck. Yes, it is indeed necessary. English learners should use of when they use these combinations. It would sound wrong if they say his area specialization was the Victorian period, or software is not really my area expertise.
I think it's a useful and important bit of usage information.
I totally agree. By the way, Beck, speaking of area, what's your area of interest?
Well, I'm particularly interested in vocabulary and second language writing. How about yours?
My main areas of interest include vocabulary, learning strategies, and technology.
So we are both interested in vocabulary. That's why we decided to teach vocabulary through a podcast.
Yes, indeed. And I assume this is an area of interest we share with all of our listeners.
Okay, everybody, that's your academic word list word for the day. Remember, if you'd like to ask a question or suggest a word for us to cover in an upcoming episode, email us at allimportantwords@gmail.com or visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/allimportantwords. Leave a comment and don't forget to press the like button if you haven't already.
You can also follow us now on Twitter at twitter.com/AWL podcast. Please tell your friends about our show and help us bring all important words to a wider audience. We'd really appreciate it.
Until our next word, bye!
Bye.